Ever wondered what real conversations sound like when no one's pretending? When two people open up, not with small talk, but with small truths. In today's story, we're stepping into a quiet cafe at 11:03 a.m., where two strangers talk about the strange rhythm of their lives. Their words are ordinary, but the feelings hiding behind them aren't. So sit back, grab your coffee, and listen closely. Because sometimes the most honest stories are the ones that sound like everyday conversations. You always sound exhausted when I call. Do you ever actually sleep? Or have you evolved past that human need?
I sleep, technically, about 4.5 hours on average. I've started measuring rest by how many times I dream about work.
That sounds like a horror movie. Man drawn to madness by blueprints.
You joke, but I once dreamed an entire staircase that defied gravity. Woke up thinking I'd discovered something genius. Turned out it was just Escher.
You need better dreams. Mine are about mixing paint with water until the colors become clouds. I think my brain runs on watercolor.
You make everything sound poetic. Even the way you describe breakfast, I bet.
Oh, you mean my legendary breakfast. Toast, peanut butter, and existential dread.
I thought you quit bread.
I did, but the bread didn't quit me. Every morning I whisper, "Just one slice," and the loaf whispers back, "Just one more."
That's the most emotionally toxic relationship I've ever heard.
You're one to talk. You live with coffee the way people live with spouses.
It's mutual devotion. My machine hums me awake before sunrise. It's the only one that says good morning without judgment.
That's kind of sad, speaker two. You know that, right?
Maybe. But I've realized my morning silence is sacred. No phone, no people, just that quiet click of the cup against the counter. It feels like proof I'm still here.
Huh, that's actually beautiful. My mornings are chaos. Paint stains, cat hair, mismatched socks. I once found a paintbrush in my cereal.
Please tell me you didn't eat it.
Only the bristles. Adds texture.
But honestly, I like that mess. It feels alive. My studio looks like a storm hit it, but it's a good storm. The kind that makes you open your windows and breathe.
You sound like the kind of person who talks to her art. I do. Sometimes the paintings talk back. Yesterday one said, "You're tired." I told it, "You're unfinished. We're even."
That's either inspiring or deeply concerning.
Both things can be true. What about you? What's the strangest part of your daily routine?
I iron my socks.
You're lying.
Dead serious. Warm socks make me feel like I have control over my life, even when the rest of it's on fire.
That's actually kind of adorable.
Don't tell anyone. I have a reputation to maintain as a chaotic creative.
Too late. I'm putting it in my next painting. The architect in his warm socks.
You joke, but you'd make it look profound.
Maybe because it is profound. Everyone has small rituals that keep them from unraveling. Some people meditate, others, I don't know, iron their socks.
What's yours then?
At night, before I sleep, I line up my brushes in order of color. Blue always goes last. I don't know why, it just feels right. Like ending the sentence with a sigh.
You have such a cinematic way of living.
No, I just romanticize survival. It's how I keep from getting bored of myself.
I think that's what we all do in our own ways. Pretend our daily chaos has meaning.
Doesn't it? You build structures that'll outlast you. I teach kids how to see the world in color. Isn't that meaning enough?
Maybe. Some days it feels like I'm holding things together with caffeine and duct tape.
Then maybe the meaning is in the holding together, not the building.
You say things like that and make me rethink my entire life.
That's my side hobby. Philosophy over paint water.
You should start a podcast. The Brush and the Brain.
Only if you're my first guest. You can talk about socks and staircases.
Deal.
You know, I used to think routines made life smaller, like repeating things every day meant you weren't growing. But lately, I think they're what keep us grounded.
I used to think the same. Now I see them as anchors. Predictability in an unpredictable world.
Yeah, like every morning when I open my window and the same bird lands on the ledge. I don't know if it's the same one, but I pretend it is. That lie makes me happy.
Maybe happiness is that. Small lies we choose to believe because the truth is too random.
You're getting poetic now. The caffeine must be kicking in.
Or maybe talking to you just makes the world feel softer for a bit.
Careful. That almost sounded like a confession.
Almost.
Well, I have to go clean the chaos. Apparently, the cat stepped in purple paint again.
I have to design a building that won't fall apart. Feels symbolic, doesn't it?
Everything is, if you look close enough.
True. Anyway, don't forget your toast therapy tomorrow.
And you don't forget your sock ritual. Warm feet, warm soul.
Deal. Talk tomorrow, same time.
Always. The world spins, but we stay on schedule. You know what's funny? People think paramedics get used to sirens. I still flinch every single time, even in movies.
That's ironic. I fix watches all day, but ticking makes me anxious.
Maybe we're both working against our own triggers.
Probably. My day starts with a ritual of failure. I try to meditate, then end up mentally organizing my screwdrivers. By 8 a.m., I've convinced myself that being productive is the same as being alive.
That's deep for someone who hasn't had breakfast yet.
Who said I haven't? I eat cereal dry, straight from the box, while standing at the window. It's a power move.
That's chaotic energy. I envy that. My mornings are, well, more like afternoons. I usually wake up around 2, and there's this strange guilt that creeps in with the sunlight, like I've wasted something I can't name.
You're saving lives at night. You've earned a slow morning.
Yeah, but the body doesn't understand logic. It just whispers, you're late, even when there's nowhere to be.
I get that. I feel the same when I miss the 7:15 bus, even though my shop is literally a 5-minute walk. Routine has a way of pretending it's sacred.
I used to think routine meant control, but it's more like choreography for chaos. Keeps me from thinking too much between calls.
And yet, you still think too much, don't you?
Always. There's this moment after a call when the sirens fade and I just sit there in the ambulance, hands still shaking. I stare at my gloves like they're someone else's hands. Then I think about laundry or my plants or whether I left my kettle plugged in. It's like the brain switches channels just to survive.
Yeah. Distraction is our cheapest form of therapy. I talk to watches sometimes.
What do you say to them?
Depends. Some are stubborn. I tell them they're dramatic. Others tick perfectly, so I thank them for existing. You can tell a lot about people by their watches, though.
I don't wear one.
I noticed. You seem like someone who lives by pulse instead of time.
That might be the kindest thing anyone said to me this year.
It's just observation. What about your routine after work?
I come home, shower forever, then make toast and stare at the wall while my hair drips. Sometimes I draw faces from memory, the ones I can't save. It's my way of saying goodbye.
That's heavy, but beautiful.
It's strange, though. I never draw them fully. I always leave the eyes blank, like they might still be looking somewhere else.
You're an artist of the unfinished.
Maybe we all are. What about you? What's your evening like?
I write letters, not to anyone specific, just to the day. I write things like, Dear Thursday, thanks for the half-hearted sunset. Or, Dear 4:11 p.m., you smelled like burnt toast and tired ambition. Then I tear them up.
Why tear them?
Because I don't want proof that I felt something I can't explain.
That's oddly relatable. I delete voice notes I record at night. They're just rambles, half thoughts about mortality and grocery lists.
You know, if someone found our deleted files, they'd think we were either poets or unhinged.
Or both. Probably both.
I think we're just people trying to make sense of stillness.
Exactly. The quiet can be loud if you're not careful.
So what do you do when it gets too loud?
I play ambulance noises on YouTube.
You're kidding.
Nope. It's like white noise for me. Familiar chaos. Reminds me I exist.
That's both disturbing and genius. I listen to broken clocks ticking. The irregular beats calm me down, like time itself is limping along forgivingly.
You ever think about how weird we are?
Constantly. But weirdness keeps the world turning. Normal people scare me more.
Yeah, they always seem like they know what they're doing.
Maybe they're just better at pretending.
I envy that kind of pretending.
Don't. You're the kind of person who feels everything too loudly. It's exhausting, but it's also the reason someone out there survives a night because of you.
You make it sound noble. It's mostly exhaustion and caffeine.
Even heroes need coffee.
And what about you, fixing watches that no one else notices anymore?
I guess I like giving time back to people, even if they don't realize it.
That's kind of heroic too.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just another way of avoiding my own ticking.
You ever think about you could swap days with someone just to see if you'd survive their rhythm?
All the time. I'd take your chaos over my quiet any day.
You wouldn't last an hour.
Probably not. But maybe I'd finally understand why the world sounds different at 3 a.m. for people like you.
And I'd finally know what it's like to repair something small instead of people breaking in front of me.
Funny thing though, both our jobs are about fixing time in a way. You keep it moving, I try to make it pause.
Maybe that's why we get along.
Maybe. You live in seconds, I live in minutes. Together we make an hour.
That's the most poetic math I've heard all week.
You should write that in your notes app before you delete it.
Maybe I will. Or maybe I'll just remember this. The quiets between things.
Yeah, the quiet's where the truth hides.
You're here early. Or is this late for you? I never know with you freelance types.
Depends on whether I slept. If I did, it's early. If I didn't, it's still yesterday.
So, yesterday's breakfast then?
Brunch. The classy term for I forgot to eat until my hands started shaking.
You really should schedule meals.
I tried that. I even set alarms labeled Feed the Human, but every time it rings, I convince myself hunger is a distraction invented by capitalism.
You sound like my snake plant. It's been thriving off neglect.
You talk about that plant like it's your roommate.
It kind of is. I tell it my route updates. Yesterday I said, "We're delivering in the rain again. Wish me luck." And I swear it tilted toward me like it cared.
That's both adorable and mildly alarming.
At least it listens. People don't. Not before 10 a.m. anyway.
I don't listen after 10 either, so you're covered.
What's your daily routine like really? From the moment you open your eyes.
I wake up and check if I still exist. If yes, I stare at the ceiling for exactly 13 minutes, because that's how long it takes for guilt to kick in. Then I make coffee, forget to drink it, and start drawing things that aren't due.
So chaos disguised as art.
Precisely. You?
My alarm goes off at 5:30, and I ignore it twice just to feel rebellious. Then I sit on the edge of the bed and make a deal with the day. If I deliver every package without swearing, I can buy myself a pastry.
That's actually kind of sweet. Like a self-bribe?
Exactly. Then I water my plants, all 11 of them. They're named after postcodes. My favorite is P3A, the aloe that refuses to grow, but also refuses to die.
Sounds like me during deadlines.
After that, I make breakfast. Oats, peanut butter, 1 banana. Every day.
That level of consistency makes me nervous. Don't you get bored?
Boredom is peace disguised. I like knowing exactly what the morning tastes like.
That's strangely poetic. I can't even remember what day it is half the time.
Maybe that's your peace, not knowing.
Or my chaos. I can't tell the difference anymore. Yesterday, I spent 2 hours drawing a spoon. Not for a client, just to see if I could make it look tired.
A tired spoon? That's brilliant.
I think it looked more existentially confused.
You're basically painting how the rest of us feel at 3 p.m.
Speaking of, what's your 3 p.m. like?
Usually involves dodging dogs, lost mail, and people who swear they didn't order anything, then take the package anyway. I like the walking part though. Gives me time to narrate my own life in my head.
Oh? What's your narration voice like?
A mix between David Attenborough and a tired uncle. Here we see Speaker 1 struggling to locate apartment 4B while questioning his life choices.
That's gold. I do that too, except my voice is British and always slightly disappointed in me. She's missed another deadline. Stunning.
I think we both need therapy or an audience. Maybe both.
Probably both. So, after you finish drawing existential cutlery, what happens next?
I take a walk. Well, more like wander aimlessly until my brain stops buzzing. There's this alley where pigeons fight over a single French fry every evening. I watch them like it's a ritual.
That sounds oddly grounding.
It is. I think it's the only thing that feels consistent. The pigeons always fighting, always losing something small but important.
I get that. Mine wears a postal uniform and walks beside me on empty streets.
Do you ever wish your routine could change?
Sometimes, but then I wonder, if everything changed, who would I even be? I've built myself out of repetition.
That's kind of beautiful, in a tragic way.
You? Would you change yours?
I think I'd like to live one day where everything happens on purpose. Eat when I'm supposed to, sleep when I'm tired, finish something and not immediately ruin it by thinking it's not enough.
That sounds like peace disguised as boredom again.
Maybe peace and boredom are twins we just keep mistaking for each other.
Maybe. Pause. The cafe hums with low chatter. Speaker Chu finally takes a sip of her cold coffee.
You know, I like talking to you. You make the world sound smaller.
And you make it sound worth looking at, even the broken bits.
The tired spoons.
Especially the tired spoons.
So, tomorrow, same time?
If the mail doesn't drown me, yes.
And if my alarm labeled Feed the Human actually works?
I'll bring pastries. Consider it a bribe for surviving another day.
Deal, but no oats.
You're missing out. Consistency has its flavor.
I'll take chaos with a side of cinnamon, thank you very much.
Fair enough. See you at 11:03.
Why 11:03?
Because it's never exactly on time. Just like us.